And aloha! Welcome back to the Blue Note Fan Report. I'm Guy, the White Blues fan, and this is your second intermission show. That was a better period. Wasn't a great period. Was a better period. I gotta say this. First of all, let me welcome in Alex. I was all ready to gloat. I was all ready to gloat. Me and Alex had a conversation after the show, and he asked me what I thought the score would be at the end of the second. And I said 4-3. And he goes, I think it'll be 5-3. Well, I ended up being right, but damn, I was looking good for a while.
You were. I thought you had it.
That last goal is why the Blues do not win. I disagree with that. That last goal, okay, first of all, the last goal was on Husso, and I believe that. But that last goal was because of piss poor neutral zone play. Right? And I'm going to ask you this. I know you're an Oilers fan. I know you're a hockey guy in that. But you're Perron. There's two guys sitting on the corners, and you take the puck and then flip it over everybody, and then everyone goes to make a change. Fuck, why not just give the puck to the guy in front of you instead of throwing it back there? You did the same damn thing. Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I mean, that's one of the most frustrating plays to watch.
That goal doesn't happen 200 feet the other way. It happens in Edmonton zone. It happens because the Blues do not do anything in the neutral zone. Edmonton just laid back to the circles. They flip the puck in. Edmonton gets it. Next thing you know, it's going the other way, and it's a goal.
Yep. Nail on the head. I mean, that was a poor play. Absolutely poor play by Perron. And I mean, you got to expect more out of a veteran forward like that. You know, even if the line's got to go off for a change. It's a weak play. It's a weak play.
No, you don't do that. You've got to pull back. I guess Leon decided that he didn't need to play in the game anymore, so he's joining us.
There you go.
I had somebody called Mike Hoffman a couple of shows ago, claiming to be the real Mike Hoffman. Unfortunately, they sent me what I could tell was a forged signature, because I have a Mike Hoffman signature stick that I got from the Blues. I know that that's not forged. Where are we at, guys? Alex, meet Ashley. Ashley is my normal co-host.
Hey, Ashley.
She was excited. She was excited that you were coming on, but then her daughter wanted to go ice skating, and I told her take her daughter ice skating. You know, a 13-year-old doesn't want to go out with mom too much longer. You know.
Well, she's 11, but
11. Yeah. She's 11 going on 22.
Absolutely.
Right. At least the Blues did manage themselves to get back in. If we try in the third, I can see a tie at 5 getting to OT. I'm okay with that. I think that could happen too. Right. Oh, and so Mike Hoffman comes back.
Hey, Mike.
That's my real signature.
See, I get some good ones, bud. I get some good ones.
I like that.
Beast Ninja. This is a new one. Looks Leon looks pissy.
I like that.
We're getting some good ones here. So I'm enjoying this. The Blues played a much better period.
Absolutely. They won that period hands down.
Hands down. And they did what I talked about. Get on the cycle. You're going to frustrate Edmonton.
Yep.
Right? And that's exactly what they did. I saw that. And you know, I did see this. Really, this should be a 4-3 game, right? The 5-3, okay, that's, you know, but it should be 4-3. You give Edmonton credit for sticking on it and sticking to their game plan, like you talked about in the opening. But I really do feel that this game's not over yet.
No, it's not.
Not even close. I mean, one of the things we talked about was how well these two teams match up. Well, because they match up so well, you're either going to get the track meet type game, like we're getting, or you're going to get that defensive pounding game. right? I mean, it just depends.
Which, say a prayer out for Brent Kulak because his bones are going to be sore tomorrow. He
got my goodness!
Pummeled
yeah.
that period.
Now I'm really surprised that they didn't penalize Bortuzzo for that hit. Right?
It was still a clean hit. It was just good clean hit.
He got him in the numbers, though. He got him in the back against the boards. That was a boarding, right? Now, I understand that. Now, here's the thing. I understand that he, the Edmonton player turned, and that's why he got hit that way. But, wow, that was a crushing hit.
Yeah,
right?
That was big. Yeah. Props to him for getting back up and still made a play.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Right? Dale's saying hello, man. You guys are just killing me, right? It's been a while since Falk has had an off game. I'm glad Berube mixed up the lines in the second. I'm with you on that. I'm pretty sure this is Dante. Hopefully we get a good Kyrou back in the lineup tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm actually okay with Kyrou sitting out for a couple of games.
I just think that he needs to get his head right. I think that he's overwhelmed. He hasn't played this many games in a season, and he needs this time to collect himself.
All right. Imagine how Benny feels if he's watching the team play. Okay.
Oh, they showed him. He looked ticked.
Yeah, but this is not. This team had to play better. Period. They just played so crappy in the first, and even Jeremy Rutherford, who is a Husso apologist, right? He's a Bennington hater, more or less. Said before I get that tweet about the team playing better in front of Husso that they had to play better. They played so bad in the first, right?
There was no other way they could go. Yeah, I don't think that there is some sort of like evil vendetta against Bennington in this game. I just think St. Louis came out sloppy, and in the second period, it was just they just settled down and they found their game. They cleaned it up, and then they found another level. Or that next gear. And I just think that's all it was. I didn't really, I don't know if I buy into they want to play better in front of Husso. I think it was just they got back to playing their game. I think Bennington could have still been in net and they would have played this way in the second anyways.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Oh, God. I got to watch this a little better. I'm not paying for any dinner if I'm Bennington. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Right?
Now we got Crosby.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. Now I truly believe that there is an evil vendetta. Yeah, I just it is what it is. Oh wow, these guys are having fun with each other, so I'm not going to post them up. I understand, guy, but it's every game Benny plays. No, it's not every game Benny plays. I'm officially going to the U Saturday or Sunday. To see Taze get a silver stick. Way to go, Wendy. Congratulations on you. And by the way, Alex, your mic sounds great and you look great, but I'm ugly as hell.
I only saw that first bit. Glad the mic.
Yeah, I didn't see the rest of that. I just saw
No. She let's see.
But thank you.
At least you didn't break your wrist tonight, Ash. Give you props.
Done it 7 times, and I think I'm good.
Oh, here we go. This is the one you missed.
Oh.
I like it.
Right, yeah. No, I got it. Thanks, Alex, for coming on, first of all, man. This has been a lot of fun. We've really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had a ton of fun on here too. I mean, you have a great show, and you have great fans who come on and follow it, and I love the way they engage. This is a good time. I hope I can come back.
Oh, we would love to have you.
We love it, and that's the thing. And I told you, me and him talked prior to the show, right? And one of the things I said is they're going to ask you questions, right? And he kind of gave me the look. Okay, my guys, they will ask very intelligent questions. And I don't want to pat myself on the back or be humble, but that's what I want to have happen in the show. In the show is that we educate people, and that's where you're getting these questions from. The questions that you're getting are from the things that I talk about and how I look at a game. So that's why you got the questions that you got, and they will ask you straight up. We see this. What do you think? And I love that about the group that we have here. Right? I mean, it really does. Oh, Buffalo did do us a favor today. They beat the Predators 4-3. They retired the name of their announcer, the longtime announcer now. I can't remember his name. Do you like Koskinen.
Koskinen?
Yeah.
Koskinen. I mean, I do. I think he gets a bad rap from a lot of the fans. The fans kind of just they either just love him or hate him. I would like to see him be traded because I think he's too much for a backup goalie. Here's my thing on Koskinen. He's a really good backup goaltender, but he's paid too much to be a backup. But
Yeah.
when he gets to have that role, it's good. Unfortunately, because Ken Holland thought the best way for the Oilers to move forward was to re-sign a 42-year-old Mike Smith, who's injury prone. Mike Smith has been out of the lineup a lot, and they've had to ask Koskinen to do more than he signed up for. Koskinen was the whole time they signed him, we're like, "You're going to be a backup goalie." He's like, "Great, sounds good, and I will take that $4.5 million to do it." And he is a good backup goalie, but he can't handle that big workload of a starter. So I think he's a good goalie, but he's out of his element in Edmonton. He's got to go somewhere else where he can be truly a backup goalie. I do like him though. I think he gets a bad rap in Edmonton though.
Yeah, no. So Wendy says so. Pat Foley is retiring this year on the 14th, the game night when he retires. Wendy, I don't know. I would think that they might. Dale's got to go. Hoping to see you later. Or is that my door? Oh my goodness! Why is Ryden Hobson on the third line? That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, Edmonton was finally deep at center. And we've got players on the wing now. So this is the first time the Oilers have had any sort of depth throughout their top nine, and that's why you're seeing a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins play on the third line now. Normally, there wasn't a qualified winger to be playing up with McDavid, but now there's Evander Kane. So Woodcroft being able to balance out.
That's the move that I do not understand. I do not understand that move at all. I looked at Edmonton as one of those higher level teams, those teams that didn't want a guy like that. And for them to get Kane, I don't understand that move at all. I get it, he can play, but the locker room stuff, you've got to have a really, really, really good locker room to have Kane in your locker room. And I didn't think that Edmonton had that locker room, but I'm guessing they do.
Yeah, that move doesn't happen without it going through guys like McDavid and Draisaitl because of the baggage we know that comes with Evander Kane. Before Ken Holland could even sign off on bringing him to the organization, he had to go to the Stars and be like, can we do this? Can we make this work? I mean, the players know each other better than we do. I mean, us in the media, we can only really speculate. None of us really have many personal relationships with these guys and see what's going on behind the scenes. They felt it was fine to have him in, and I'm glad they did because there was a whole lot of salary cap space for the Oilers to get a proven scoring winger. So to take a flyer on a guy like Evander Kane and just see how he does, I mean, if it didn't work, you just shoo him off, right? Like 2 weeks in, doesn't look good, see you later, no harm done, no harm, no foul. But it's worked out really well, and that has allowed us to be able to, like the guy asked before, why Hopkins is on the third line, has allowed us to have a true grinded out third line. I mean, I love because Hopkins is a good 200-foot player, and I like seeing him in that role instead of trying to float between the wings on the first and second line.
Yeah. So shots are 29-22, attempts 45-37, both for the Oilers. Chances 16-13 for the Oilers. Both teams are 0 on the power play. Slap shots, Blues lead that 13-12. Hits, Blues lead that 23-17, and the same number for face-off wins. Kyle, you want to get me mad here, but I'm not going to do it. Bennington is a good goalie. There's something going on with the team, and I just don't know what it is, and it's not going to get fixed till the offseason. That's all there is to it. Husso's in that. He's going to be in that. If we need to use Bennington, I don't know what to do. I really don't. And I like Bennington. I'm on Bennington's train. I just don't know what to do with him right now. And I don't think, but you're not going to trade him. He's not going to let go. The only way I see him giving up that no trade clause is for Toronto. And if he's giving up that no trade clause, you better get two first rounds and a third round or a solid goal scorer for him. Right? That's how I look at it. And now, my goodness, I have Ryan O'Reilly joining me. Man, what did I do right for a change? If McDavid left, got traded, who would be the captain? Ooh, good question for you, bud.
Ooh, who would be the captain? I mean, I think you got to go with Hopkins. He's the longest tenured Oiler. he's been through it all. I think it's just like he's not too vocal. You don't see him being all that vocal, so it's I can't really speculate as how he is in the locker room, but I just think like I said, longest tenured Oiler. He's one of the older guys on the team. I think he would deserve that, and how he plays too. I mean, that's a guy who battles. You never watch him like taking a shift off. He's a guy who can lead by example, definitely on the ice. And like I said, I don't know what it's like in the locker room, but I think he leads enough of the way that he could do that. And wasn't he captain in his WHL days with the Red Deer Rebels? So I mean, he's handled that before, that type of responsibility.
See how much my guys love me? Read this comment.
I love Benny. I have an honor.
they do that on purpose now. They want to wind me up, so they do that on purpose. It's not
there.
Yeah. Guy, you just said I was wrong about how Benny is feeling and now saying different. Hook a bull because I'm confused as poop. You know what? Maybe I'm confusing myself. Benny has an issue. There is an issue. Okay? But him as a goaltender, he's not a bad goaltender. There is an issue.
No. I personally think that right now the worst thing that we're doing is not starting him because he's getting rusty whenever we're only starting him like twice in 10 games. He's our starter and we're treating him like a backup. He's not going down or anything to, get work on to, his game. So we're not making the situation better coaching decision wise.
Yeah, no, the Spetsna line needs to go back together. The fact that they've been apart for so long when they were so successful. They had one iffy game. You broke them up and never put them back together. That line was more. That line raised the entire team. That is the line. If any line needs to get there, it's that one. And Elijah, I wish I knew the answer to this question, my friend. And actually, what I think it is, I think it's a misnomer. I think that it's an optical illusion that we quote unquote play bad in front of Benner. I think we start games very bad, and we start all games very bad. And because we start games bad, it gives up that impression. Now, last season, Husso was very bad at the start of games. Very bad. He was giving up the first goal, the goal on the first couple of shots. Right? I think he gave up the first goal on the first shot in 4 straight games. Oh, now Bennington's joining us.
We're your fans, buddy. We're behind you.
Boy, somebody is going good.
So I've got a question for the St. Louis faithful. You've got, now that we're talking about goalies, you've got Bennington signed on at $6 million per year for quite a few more years, but you've got Husso, who needs to get re-upped, and then you also have Charlie Lindgren, who came up and played quite well in his 5 starts, who also needs to be re-signed. Who do you see of those 2 guys getting re-signed?
We are going to cover that at the post game, so I'll give everybody a chance to think about that because we're right with the game starting. So I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to ask your question so we could go it. I look forward to you at the post game, Alex. Happily, Ashley, I know you got to work at 4:30 in the morning.
I got to be up by 3 a.m. So unless something really, really good happens, I'm probably going to go to bed as soon as this game is over.
Okay. Well, I will see you guys at the post game.